I freaking quit. I'm sorry, I quit. I can't take this no more. I love music. It's my first passion. If anyone knows me, I love music. I started off my entire career mainly in the music industry being vice president of a record label. And I'm just done. After today, I'm done with music. I'm done with my love of hip hop. I'm done with the Grammys. I'm done with everything because it's completely destroyed. DEI has destroyed the Grammys. And I know it sounds crazy being a black person saying this, and I know a lot of people ready to go ahead and click off. Give me as your time. Just give me a few seconds and I'm going to prove this to you. How it hurts us, how DEI has been added to the Grammys, and why we need to get rid of this BS. It's crazy. We have DEI at the Grammys. It's losing real fans like me from the game and the music that I love. I've been a fan of this culture for my entire life. And one thing about it, hip hop, it represents underdogs. It's about rising against any controversy. And it's about fighting the system and beating it. You don't join the system and be awarded by the system and still think you can represent what it's supposed to be. It's completely changed. It's lost its soul. It's lost its essence. And they're giving the awards in DEI higher type fashion. It has to be exposed. I'm passionate about it. We have to get into this, guys. We have to.
DEI is not a threat, it's a gift.
And that's how we start this off, man. Look, Alicia Keys, one of the most gorgeous women on earth, starts this thing off saying that DEI, it's not a curse, it's a gift. This is the thing about that, Alicia. It's a fucking curse. Why? Because Alicia Keys, out of all your awards and all of your accolades, if someone was to come out from the past and say, well, you know, Alicia, she really couldn't play the piano like that. There were white women and Hispanic women that played it better than her, but we felt like black people needed to be in position. We felt like they needed to be stars. It makes people start to question the talents of the whites and the Latino women that were put aside for you to be put in front of the people. It leads to people questioning the authenticity of your work and your success. If you're a black person and there's people around you being put in from DEI, you worked hard and you ain't getting none of that, you only reap the negatives of those that receive DEI get. That means you don't get the job, you don't get the money, you don't get the lifestyle to make you feel like you're more successful than you are. Only thing you're left with is criticism that you didn't deserve your position. Now, I know someone could say that falls more on the people that's judging than those that receive. I would agree, but there's no system in America. There's no group of people in America that would get that type of privilege and don't be ridiculed. We know there's groups of people that get certain benefits that others don't. Maybe it might be in tax write-offs. It might be in a form of reparations. It's being given out to Americans. But guess what? There's groups of those that's not receiving being furious about it because they like my sons, my daughters are being hindered in their ability to receive. And Billie Eilish is clapping, right? And it's the crazy thing. Billie Eilish clapping, and she was someone that was robbed by the DEI awards. I'm telling you, don't think DEI just means they're replacing the white with black. When I say DEI, I'm talking about including people because of the narratives and all. There are black people that got DEI at the Grammy Awards, and I can't wait to expose this. There were black people that got DEI'd. There were black people that deserved the awards they weren't given. So don't come to the video thinking I'm just saying, oh, white people deserve to get everything, we deserve nothing. No, let me break this down. The Grammys have become a system of narratives. They feel like if they award a person, then they could say to the American people that these are the systems, this is the music, this is the culture that America is leaning to, in an attempt to actually manipulate people into leaning that way. You notice there was a lot of backlash when Travis Scott got a Grammy over Killer Mike. Now, Killer Mike album was more positive. It was about black ownership. It was about families. It was about politics. It was very educated. But in terms of hype, it wasn't there. I like the Killer Mike album more than the Travis Scott album, but that's the type of person I am. I can't sit here and be biased and say just because I like it, it deserves to be more awarded. That's that DEI type shit. And also, you have to remember, DEI doesn't always mean black people. More white people benefit from DEI than any other gender or race. But this right here is some DEI BS. And then you give the Song of the Year to Kendrick Lamar over Shabuzi. Shabuzi is hot. Shabuzi music is playing everywhere, and you give this to Kendrick Lamar. That's DEI. You give it to an individual that had a hot moment versus someone that had a hot year. And they're doing that to push this narrative, and the narrative is against Drake. There's a system against Drake. There are people that are really PEDOs that are trying to manipulate the masses against Drake to make him seem like something he's not. And it's low-key disgusting. They're manipulating people against Drake. And you know this to be true because when Kendrick Lamar got his award, guess what happened? Lucien Grange, the CEO of Universal Music Group, dapped up Dr. Dre, which is the man that brought Kendrick Lamar in the game in the first place. There's a system against this guy. Now, we might not know what the system is, but I'm saying since the system exists, you telling me just disliking someone can make them ineligible for a Grammy, and you can put their enemy on a pedestal and give them a Grammy and a Super Bowl performance? If you guys can't see how much of the stage this world is, it's crazy. They switched on a top artist in the world and treating him as if he's a bum. This is a deal. He's shouting out Dr. Dre. This feels like, to me, symbolism. This feels like symbolism. Okay, you get the Grammy, right, Kendrick Lamar? First thing that you do is shout out Dr. Dre, the same man that dapped up Lucien Grange. And you're going to see the Lucien Grange clip after this. So I find it weird. People might say, oh, he's just showing love to his big homie. Bro, cut that out, bruh. This is a whole different level of communication. People are using symbolism, hand signs, and specific words to communicate to each other in a room full of thousands while being watched by millions. There's ways to do it. Let me pause this. Okay, Song of the Year. Kendrick Lamar got Not Like Us, if you guys should see. I don't know if he deserved that over Shabuzi. Now, I'll say it's bigger than Birds of a Feather, even a Sabrina the Carpenter. But Shabuzi, if you don't know, he's a black country artist. The dude's song was big. Malachi Maxey told me, his song started in January or whatever last year, and it is still being played today. Not Like Us was here today and gone tomorrow. But they gave it to Kendrick in a narrative to try to help defeat Drake. Even Kanye West had a Grammys after party yesterday and said he's very proud about the elimination of Drake. Elimination means he was a target. It's the culture. It's like once they don't have a grip on you no more, and Drake was trying to get his worths, and he was exposing the industry. You got to remember, Drake one time received the Grammy and said that these awards aren't for talent. It's much deeper than that. And after receiving the Grammy, he dissed the system that awarded him. It doesn't surprise me that same system is trying to cancel Drake. I don't see Kendrick Lamar trying to diss the Grammys. Hell, Will Smith has done more against the Grammys, and Jay-Z has done more against the Grammys than Kendrick Lamar. He's not an anti-industry dude. He's a dude that the industry is telling you that he's anti, and that's weird itself. So like I said, that's a DEI award. Shabuzi deserved that. That's inclusion. Kendrick did not deserve that. So here's the footage I was talking about and referencing throughout this whole video. This right here is Dr. Dre, and he's about to dap up Lucien Grange, the most powerful man in music, the CEO of Universal Music Group. Now tell me that's not, and he did that as soon as Kendrick Lamar got to Not Like Us. So you tell me that's not weird? The CEO of Universal Music Group, the same label that Drake was in, this is the same individuals that's dapping up Drake. When Kendrick Lamar get the award, you got to remember, Lucien Grange's son was the man that had made 6ix9ine famous, right? And this man is so powerful that his son simply liked 6ix9ine, the rapper that had all the colorful hair. And he met DJ Academics, a blogger, up in L.A. and helped Academics change his life just because the son wanted to start a new project. You got to understand, these people are so powerful that they'll make a star that's famous for 5-6 years just because it's a project they wanted to start. It's just business to them. And it's obvious there's some transactions going on, and they're trying to label Drake as something that they might actually be. It's very, very odd. At the end of the day, that's very weird when someone gets an award over a diss song against your top artist, you dap up the person that dissed them. To me, that seems like a planned hit. This is the DEI stuff I'm talking about. An album of the motherfucking year. Okay, Lord, I'm going to get some hate for this, but damn it, I deserve the hate because someone got to say it. Beyonce does not deserve album of the year. Beyonce album was not that good. Okay, one thing I will say, when Beyonce dropped her album, I was like, man, what's up with all these people saying that she can't do country? I'm like, man, black people, they were doing country before anyone. I'm not ignorant, right? But this is the thing. It's not a good album. It's just not a good album, Brett. At the end of the day, Charlie, Brett should have won. Or Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard, Hit Me Soft. Because there was so much controversy behind Beyonce's album. I mean, black people wasn't really listening to it. White people wasn't really listening to it. At the end of the day, Shabuzi has more people that's listening to it. It's just being fair. I see what it is. Shabuzi, hell, even Lil Nas X, to me, had a greater grip on country music than Beyonce did. And I don't know what's the narratives from this award show, but they got these BLM pro-black activist type people winning these awards, and I feel like they need it more now than ever because they kind of lost the culture. They don't have the presidency. They don't have politics no more, and so they got to overcompensate. That's just my belief. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's a better album than these other albums I had to keep seeing. And the main reason I think this is low-key DEI is the fact that they put Andre 3000, which is one of the greatest rappers of all time, one of the greatest lyricists of all time. There's no debate about that. But my dog, this nigga dropped a album with him just playing the flute. Everyone hated it. It don't matter if it's creative. It don't matter if it's different or unique. It's artistic. Everyone hated it. Why is it a nominee? This is the DEI stuff I'm talking about. And I rock with Andre. But bro, how is it now that albums that nobody like is being nominated? At least with the Oscars, when you see stuff, it's things called Oscar bait. It's like, I understand how I got the Oscar. Even though it's not a good movie, you can tell they were trying to get Oscar. This doesn't make sense. It's not good music. So there's a lot of manipulation going on at the Grammys, and there's a lot of politics being played right in front of our eyes. Like, I'm married to Jay-Z, and Jay-Z is definitely a part of this hip-hop Illuminati. I find it odd that Jay-Z is the person that got Kendrick Lamar to perform at the Super Bowl, right? Ain't this all kind of adding up? So Jay-Z's wife gets a Grammy. Jay-Z platforms Kendrick Lamar to perform at the Super Bowl, but when Kendrick Lamar wins the Not Like Us record, Kendrick Lamar daps up Lucien Grange. I'm sorry, Dr. Dre daps up Lucien Grange, which is with Kendrick Lamar. It's making me feel like certain deals were made to help Beyonce get that Grammy. I don't know. Maybe, hey, we pushing up Kendrick Lamar. Can you do this for us and help push him up to the next level? We'll give B a Grammy out of the shit, even though she don't deserve it for the dog shit album. This is the real world. And if you're a fan of it and adamant about it, I'm sorry. I'm not someone from the outside looking in. I'll say this all the time. I'm someone from the inside looking out. I know these people. You can stay stuck on the stage that these people have developed for you, but the world is a stage. Behind the scenes is a whole lot worse. It's all orchestrated, and this stuff is planned weeks and weeks and weeks before it gets to your eyes. I'm just here to and don't get it twisted. I love Beyonce. I'm happy for her, you know, at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, if she was to watch some video like this, she might think that someone's just being a hater or just being negative for the sake of it. It's just speaking the truth. Beyonce has made so much great music, so many good albums, that she doesn't need a DEI award to make her feel good. She's a GOAT. But we're in a new era, and it's about narratives. The best new artist. I don't have much to say about it, but I do know Doechii. We're going to get on her. But I do know Shabuzi deserved the best new artist. I don't have much to say about it, about the person that won. They hold Shabuzi. I don't know why Shabuzi kept getting robbed at this award. He should have came home. This is it. And this is the main one. This is the main DEI hire that I have to speak on, is Doechii. So if you don't know, she had history with TDE, which just so happened is the same group that Kendrick Lamar is in. Yes, I know. And, well, he was in. He's no longer with TDE. But I find it odd that she comes out the same year doing a Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef and blows up. But she doesn't blow up. She gets a Grammy, but she doesn't own it. And how does she not earn it? Because Doechii only sold about 12,000 units the very first week of her release versus people that sold hundreds of thousands, right? So this is DEI that we're talking about. And if you can't see, my camera messed up, but the show goes on. The show is going on. Nothing's stopping that. So this is complete DEI. This person didn't win from culture. This person didn't win from hype. They won from nothing. But they are connected to the right people, which means people that were very deserving got robbed. And it's unfortunate because it makes me talk bad about this queen like she didn't work her whole life for this. She did, but it's not fair to give people something when it's not truly earned because they never get the chance to improve. They're going to try to maximize on what got them success, and it sets us up for failure. If you give people awards for a narrative, what happens if they stay on that narrative? They don't ever get the chance to evolve and succeed. Something I got to give a rapper, Lil Baby, some credit for. When he made that song, Bigger Than Black and White, it took over. And Lil Baby, he was being pushed by labels and by politicians to keep on and be a political type rapper, and he said no. He said no. It wasn't authentic. He didn't want the Grammys. He didn't want all the Oscars. He didn't want anything about it. He wanted to be authentic. And it's very hard to understand that people want to award you for a narrative and not for your talent. And my hat goes off to Lil Baby for that. Like, don't make it seem like I'm a hater. But there's so many people that got awarded, right? This video is only like 20-something minutes long. It might be 30. But there's so many people got awarded. I'm only addressing these few people because it's just wrong. It's just wrong, and I hate that I have to touch on someone that wins something and say, I don't know if you deserve it. But it's unfair because imagine those that have better numbers, a better fan base, and they don't get rewarded for it. But we're going to talk about Jaden Smith. This ain't got nothing to do with DEI. That brother needs help, bro. Nigga look like a damn fool. Look like he in there walking in the fucking Grammys on the red carpet with a family of 5 on his head. Like, bro, whose idea was it to put a goddamn Addams Family mansion on your head, bro? You need to go to therapy or sit at your mama's red table. This shit's ridiculous. I don't know what I'm saying. And this is the type of narrative that I'm talking about, the propaganda. How is it that speech start off like that? It's always about suffrage or something about rights or empowerment. I'm just telling you guys, you ain't got to agree with me. Cook me in the comments. Cook me, nigga. But just at least take it for a grain of salt, bruh. You know you hear the truth, it hits hard because it hits your heart, and you have to try to lie to yourself to not accept it. You telling me, Doechii, the biggest moment of her life, she done the research. The first thing she does is to talk about the other women and the woman empowerment. This is what politicians and big bosses, CEOs that they do. They put these narratives behind the script. That way it can be sent to the public and tell them, this is what you have to be. This is what you have to represent. So many people out there don't know who she is. The fact that she's unaware of that, you won a Grammy, there should be a lot of people that know you, Doechii. And like I said, I ain't trying to hate on this queen. I hate my job sometimes because I got to be the asshole that speak what people ain't going to our black women. I cannot stand this shit. You don't have, like, why is it when it's black women, they want us to be loud, they want them to be loud and confrontational with the black men in their relationship. You win the award and you tell them that to get here, be authentically you. If you're loud, be loud. If you're annoying, be annoying. If you radical, be radical. Because that's what I did. That's how I got here. Which it don't even appear that's what she is. But it feels like it's a narrative that's being fed for her to feed to us. It's trying to get black women to be masculine in order to be successful. And it's just, that's not the model. They should be feminine like everyone else. I love a feminine black woman. I don't want to compete. I don't want to arm wrestle with my wife, bro. And that's what it's pushing. That's the type of energy it's given from that. Be as loud as you want to be. It's just bad traits. These people get these awards and they say, well, if you want to be as successful than me, this is what you got to do. And you're going to have so many black women watch this, get inspired or manipulated into being what she's telling them to be. I'm about to be the proudest black loud woman I could be today because Doechii was able to get a Grammy being that. Don't believe the cap. Don't believe it. This shit is a stage. It is manipulation. Yeah, best rap album, which is crazy. So you telling me J. Cole, Common, and Pete Rock, Eminem doesn't even get the award. Metro Boomin, it's not. It don't make sense. Okay, so the one that deserves it the most from this album, at the end of the day, in terms of numbers, would be Future and Metro Boomin. But if you don't want to give it to a two-man, Eminem, Def Slim Shady. This was the first album with Eminem coming back that actually got critical acclaim. Actually has some success to me from watching Eminem, and like you guys got to understand, I've been following hip hop my whole life. It was the most successful Eminem album to me in the 2010s at least. That's just my kind of opinion in terms of the impact, the amount of people that shared it, the people that still talk about it today, and the sales. Doechii only doing like 11K. It doesn't really make sense, but go off, Queen.
Make it better. Would you ever consider, joining the board and maybe you have a vote in it?
First of all, that vote is fake as fuck. That's not a real vote. That's not a real vote. They give it to who they want to give it to. They give it to their darlings, the fucking, oh, this got critical acclaim, but it sold 2 records.
What did I just say? They're claiming that she deserved album of the year, but selling like 11,000 units. Guys, that's all I'm saying. Even a goat, a goat, I ain't calling Eminem the goat. A goat is saying, bro, it's not about that. Drake said it. These are people that be at the top of their game that expose it. It's manipulation. If people really knew how much things are manipulated, they wouldn't even turn the TV on no more. I mean, all the way down to conservatives. But there are conservative events, and no shade to people, that there are awards that's being given. And I'm talking about my best friends that are at the top of the game. I'll be calling them like, bro, who is this person? How did they get this award? And we'll all be flabbergasted. And we'll always end the conversation with, oh, it just must be someone they know. That's how common this is. You get into this industry, you get accustomed with not being acknowledged by your hard work, but by how hard you are willing to tell people that you're working.
Like, it ain't about always what you sell. I get that. Vanilla Ice, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there comes a point where when an overwhelming something comes along that has this wave and impact on music, and you give it to fucking Lada fucking Dottie. Who? Lada Dottie. It's only Lottie Dottie. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
and I know a lot of people will say, oh, people like Eminem, they're bitter because they're not winning no more. You could say that, and I'll let you say that, but I'm going to have to say this. At the end of the day, we all human, right? You don't really see things until it's bad. Same thing like a relationship. You don't see the bad signs. You don't see the red flags. You don't see any of those things till it's over. When you're a benefit, when you're winning and other people telling you the same thing, you could be dating someone. You could be a woman. You have friends warning you about a man. Vice versa. You don't see it until you see it. And that whole time you've been happy, you've been smiling, living in the line of the delusion, thinking you're at the top of your world. Something similar like this happened to me on X in terms of X engagement and me trying to gauge my levels of fame. It gives you a false sense of success, a false sense of influence. And it takes time. It takes time. It takes a lot of controversy for you to see that the system that you benefited from is a lie. But you also got to understand that these people that's exposing it are individuals that know it to be true because they won from it. I was the third most influential creator on Twitter, and I was awarded that by Grok himself, and even acknowledged by Elon Musk on multiple times. I benefited from that system. I had to be in that system to understand there were some flaws in it. And there's a lot of flaws. I'm not here to talk about that. But trust me, if you're someone that's at the top of some system, you're going to find out everything that's going on behind the scenes to make you the top player. And it's mind-blowing. So right here, it says Doechii dropped her first album, which sold 11K units in the first week last year. You guys call her legendary. You're making it too obvious at this point. Universal Music Group. Who's the people that's posting this, right? UMG. Who is the person that dapped up Dr. Dre? Lucien Grange. Who's Lucien Grange? The CEO of Universal Music Group. Universal Music Group put Doechii in there with legendary black artists for Black History Month. These are the narratives that are set with industry plants. These people have the social media accounts. They have the companies. They have the money. They have the influence to do this. It is orchestrated. And Universal Music Group is the same group that Drake owns. Drake belongs to. They switched on Drake, and they're choosing awards for their new picks. They're trying to force something on the American people. And I truly believe it's because the culture, they're losing liberal culture, and they got to go super, super hard to our roots, to what got black people involved in hip-hop in the first place. Pro-black, blackity, blackity, black, black, y'all, type of music. Because they have lost us. They simply want to control us again. As soon as they get past that positive shit, they're going to tell young niggas to pick up guns, start robbing their ops, start popping pills, start having sex, start doing everything that's bad and ungodly. But they want to pull us in first. They're going to bait and switch us. They trying to give us these quote unquote positive artists. It's all manipulation. These are industry plants. These aren't independent people that care about the systems, about breaking them down. They're here to hold them up and maintain them.
Honoring the best in
Doechii, like I said, you have to have a certain mindset to win these awards. She can't even take a joke about immigration. Like, these are the people they want to award you. If you want to see why people got an award sometimes at the higher level, find out the type of person they are.
music as voted on by the 13,000 members of the Recording Academy and 20 million illegal immigrants. And tonight, no matter what happens, history
Look at her. Watch this. Watch this.
will be made.
You mad about that? A joke. You mad about a joke, your sensitive ass. You mad about a joke about some illegal immigrants. And it comes from one of your own comedians, Trevor Noah, one of the biggest simps for Democrat Party. Shout out to Trevor Noah, man. I ain't think I'd ever say those words, nigga. Look, man, I know people ain't gonna like it. I know people ain't gonna like my take, bruh, but it's a take that you gotta accept that it has some truth to it. I ain't even think I would go on a rant like this, but I'm so passionate about hip hop, bro. It really was my first love and my last. And I'm worried about where we're heading. I think they're trying to target the youth and send us down a path of destruction, fury, and anger as we have been going down for the last 200 years. And we finally were starting to reverse the FBA thing, all this and that. And next thing you know, black people starting to claim that they're native to a land, rejecting African propaganda. And now you tell me you got an artist that never really talked that Native American talk, Kendrick Lamar. Now he's FBA. Come on, don't get manipulated. Don't get manipulated. You see, you got to understand the powers that be. When they see that people are waking up and they start their own systems, what they do? They start getting their celebrities that were already trusted to enter those systems to control it and be the most respected person in a system that wasn't even created by them. Be very careful. Be very careful. But please like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and click the notification bell to stay updated. We're going to keep this going forever. Thank you, guys. I'm just glad to be back. Sorry that I've been taking a break. I have a lot going on. I'm trying to move to Miami. Just a lot going on in my life, man. But I appreciate your support. Thank you for being here. And I didn't mean for this video to be this long. But I'll see you guys on the next one until we break the next narrative.